The UPFA's nominations for the Kandy district in the Central Province were submitted today by former Chief Minister Sarath Ekanayaka. In battle there should be an opposition. Because we have no opposition, we have no battle. JVP group leader Gayan Janaka and Channa Galapati of the Democratic Party handed in their respective parties' nominations for the Kandy district today. The UPFA, JVP and Democratic Party submitted their nominations today for the Matale district in the Central Province today. Michael Akalas de Silva of the GVP submitted the party's nominations for the Nuwara district today. The Democratic Party too submitted its nominations for the Nuwara district today. The Desha Premi Jatika Peramuna and two independent groups also submitted their nominations today for the Nuwara district.
India's ruling Congress party yesterday approved the creation of a new Telangana state as the 29th state of India. According to Reuters, the decision was taken at a meeting of the Congress Working Committee presided by Party Supreme Sonia Gandhi in New Delhi.
India's ruling Congress party approved the creation of a new southern Telangana state after years of protests and violence in the region by locals, demanding separation from the province of Andhra Pradesh.
It is resolved to request the central government to take steps in accordance with the Constitution of India to form a separate state of Telangana, to establish simultaneously and within a definite time frame institute mechanism to address the concerns of the people of the regions of Andhra, Rayalaseema on matters relating to but not limited to the sharing of river waters, generation and distribution of electricity, safety and security of all residents in all the three regions, and the guarantee of the fundamental rights of all residents.
Hyderabad, India's sixth largest city, was a bone of contention because it fell in the proposed new state to be carved out of Andhra Pradesh. Hyderabad is also considered the communication hub of South Asia. The Congress party said that Hyderabad will be the capital of Andhra and Telangana for a period of 10 years. Afterwards, Hyderabad will only belong to the Telangana state. The decision to break up Andhra Pradesh and establish Telangana comes ahead of elections next year, and critics say the ruling party is seeking to show up its political fortunes after dragging its feet over the explosive issue for 4 decades. Commenting on this decision, senior leader of the country's main opposition, Bharatiya Janata Party or the BJP, Lal Krishna Advani, said that his party too nodded for the new province.
If Telangana was not formed when we formed 3 new states, it was only because of our respecting one of our coalition partners' views. Otherwise, we would have done it even then.
Since independence in 1947, successive governments have dealt carefully with demands for new states, creating 3 in 2000, while ensuring demands did not spiral enough to threaten the integrity of a nation that now has 1.2 billion people with hundreds of languages, ethnicities and castes. India currently has 28 states excluding the new one, while the United States with a population of 300 million has 50. By and large, Telangana is made up of those regions that were under the rule of the erstwhile rule of Hyderabad, Nizam, and these areas are regarded as underdeveloped and drought-prone, unlike the coastal Andhra. However, it is the Indian Parliament that needs to decide on the establishment of the new state.
The excise duty on alcohol, cigarettes and ethyl alcohol has been increased. Issuing a communique, the Minister of Finance and Planning says that the duty amendments will come into effect from today. Import duties on vehicle tires, except bus tires, vehicle spare parts, beer, dairy produced alcohol and cigarettes have been increased. The communique issued by the Ministry of Finance and Planning notes that the decision to amend the excise and import duties is intended to strengthen local industry. The import duty on single cab vehicles has also been increased.
Newsfirst.
It has been decided to unload 25,000 metric tons of a 30,000 metric ton cargo of petrol that was not initially unloaded at the Colombo port, as preliminary testing had shown the cargo to be of inferior quality. This was confirmed by the Minister of Petroleum Industries, Honorable Priyadarshan Ayappa, during a media briefing in Colombo today. The minister added that although preliminary tests had shown the petrol to be of inferior quality, subsequent testing carried out at the CPC laboratory laboratories had shown no issues with the petrol.
Speaking at the media briefing, the minister disclosed that the tanker that arrived from Singapore to the Colombo port contained 5,000 metric tons of 95-octane petrol, 25,000 metric tons of 90-octane petrol and 5,000 metric tons of diesel. The first lab test showed that the octane level of the 90-octane petrol was below 90. The 95-octane petrol was also between 94 and 95 in reality. Yesterday, we instructed the laboratory to conduct a second test. The laboratory reported that the 90-octane petrol met the required standards. However, they said that they did not receive the proper octane level of what was believed to be 95-octane petrol. There was no issue with the cargo of diesel, and we have decided to accept the 90-octane petrol cargo and reject the 95-octane petrol cargo. The minister also commented on the resignation of the chairman of the CPC yesterday. He was a reputed public servant in this country. He gave us his letter of resignation on the 4th of July, saying that he would resign from the chairmanship at the end of this month. I must say today that there were no problems between us. He is a good man. He made this decision in order to spend more time on his personal affairs with the remainder of his time.
Speaking at a media briefing today in Colombo, Minister of Ports and Highways Rohitha Abe Gunawardena said that the first phase of the Colombo port expansion project will be declared open on the 5th of next month.
The Colombo South Port Development Project began in 2006, funded by a loan from the Asian Development Bank. The Asian Development Banks invested $300 million for the project, while the Sri Lanka Ports Authority invested $100 million. The newly constructed breakwater and the 400-meter-long docks will be declared open on the 5th of next month.
On one hand, the economy of the country will be strengthened. The port expansion project will create around 10,000 jobs directly and 15,000 more in the future.
The Sri Lanka Ports Authority said that the project will allow large cargo vessels to enter the Colombo port.
The Sri Lanka Ports Authority has commenced work in the eastern section. The plan is to complete the project construction by the end of March next year. The entire project will cost over $1,000 million.
At the media briefing, it was also revealed that the public will be given an opportunity to witness the Colombo Port expansion project from the 8th to the 13th of August.
The award ceremony for the 2012 Journalism Awards for Excellence for Print Media Journalists, jointly organized by the Editors Guild of Sri Lanka and the Sri Lanka Press Institute, was held in Colombo last evening.
The awards ceremony worked off amid much pomp and ceremony last evening. The coveted Mervyn De Silva Journalist of the Year award was taken home by Dilrukshi Handunnetti of Ceylon today.
Thank you very much, Mr. Madison.
Chanaka De Silva of the Daily Mirror picked up the awards for Scoop of the Year and Sports Journalist of the Year. Mandana Ismail Abe Vikrama of the Sunday Leader took home the B.A. Siriwardena Columnist of the Year award in the English language. Darisha Bastians of Daily FT won a Merit Award. Gamunu Hewa Wellage of Ceylon Today and Maubima won the award for the Photojournalist of the Year. Avanta Article of the Daily Mirror, whose work has been featured numerous times on the Newsfirst segment Newspaper Cartoon of the Day, took home the award for Cartoonist of the Year. Lifetime Achievement Awards were presented to Edmund Piasena, N. Padmaseelan, Carol Aloysius and Camillus Pereira.
Tonight on Words of Wisdom, we bring you the words of Henry Ford, who was an American industrialist and the founder of one of the largest automobile industries in the world. Most people spend more time and energy going around problems rather than trying to solve them. Henry Ford, American industrialist.
For the third year, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or MIT, together with the University of Moratuwa, are preparing to bring young technology entrepreneurs of Sri Lanka to the limelight. Newsfirst Ramesh Bandara filed this report.
Creating the next generation of technology leaders in developing countries. This is the aim of MIT Global Startup Labs. The program, which aims to promote entrepreneurship in the field of information technology, will this year provide the platform for 5 teams of students from the University of Moratuwa to launch their own revolutionary ideas.
MIT Global Startup Labs is a global program where MIT sends groups of students to various countries to run a summer incubator. What we're trying to do is build the next generation of technology leaders in various developing countries, and that's the path for developing countries to get ahead on the innovation game. So we've been here for 3 years now at the University of Moratuwa, where we take the brightest students and skill them up, groom them, and help them launch tech startups. We realize that in Sri Lanka, given the size of the country and the unique needs of the ecosystem, it makes sense to make it a national program. So that's what we're trying to do next year in partnership with SLASCOM.
General Secretary of SLASCOM, Ruindu Piris, shared these thoughts on the previous Startup Lab success stories as well as SLASCOM's role in the program.
What we want to do is to make this more sustainable, open it up. Right now we've held it with Moratuwa. Going forward, we're going to open it up to a lot more university and a lot more students, and probably not even necessarily just undergrad students, but also potentially grad students. And how do we get some of this cross-functional, cross-disciplinary students coming in to really create the proper ecosystem that it takes for a startup to be successful? There's probably, I would say, at least 5 to 6 that have got to the point of commercially being viable over the last 3 years, and actually on to really much bigger and greater things. And that's part of where the SLASCOM, the industry body, is trying to work closely with them and to be able to nurture them and help them kind of accelerate further.
MIT Global Startup Labs, which is active in a number of countries across Asia, Latin America and Africa, will hold its Global Startup Labs launch day in Colombo tomorrow with the aim of unearthing Sri Lanka's next prominent technology company. Ramesh Bandara, Newsfirst.
Residents of Ratapaswale area in Gampaha engaged in a protest demanding clean drinking water. Residents commenced a fast on the basis that no officials came forward to discuss their problems with them. Discussions failed as more residents joined the fast. A decision is made to continue the fast until a solution is arrived at. A protest is also held close to the factory that is allegedly connected to the issue. 3 days have passed since the fast commenced. 2 Buddhist priests from 2 viharas in the area joined the fast. We are demanding that the factory be closed and that we be provided with clean water. Minister Mervyn Silva and Senior Police DIG Anurasana Naika hold discussions with protesters.